What's up, everybody?
What it do, what it do, what it do.
What's up, world? We're back again.
What's happening?
What's going on, everybody? I'm hoping a lot of people tune in for this one because a lot of people were excited about this one. Tell them what we're doing today, Boom.
It's a very special show today, y'all. Of course, you know it's Memorial Day weekend, tomorrow being Memorial Day. So today on the show, we are going to honor those personally to us. I'm not going to just say family, but personal to us that have served in the military. And we just going to show them some love today. That's what we
Absolutely. Do. Absolutely. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Because if there's one thing that we Americans love in this country, it's our military. It is definitely our military. So we are definitely going to show them some love.
For sure. Before we get to that, though, cuz, how's your week been? How's your week been?
My weekend's going like I guess a lot of Americans' weekend's going this weekend, just celebrating, barbecuing. I'm cooking out today, matter of fact. So as soon as I finish here, I gotta get right back on the grill and try to wrap it up, and so everybody gets fed and everything. But it's a good weekend. How's your weekend going, cuz?
So far, so good. My week has been fabulous. The weekend has been fantastic. I went to a cookout yesterday at Sharonda's house, my sister's house, actually Jania's house, and then I had to go to I had to work last night. So that was my weekend so far. And then this morning we making it do what it do, and now we here. We making it happen on the show this morning. I'm excited for some reason.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm excited too. You know, Memorial Day weekend is a big weekend in this country for everybody. And in my town, out here in Asbury Park, as you could imagine, a lot of people coming down the shore, a lot of people coming to town to enjoy the Memorial Day weekends. And so I just want to say that and say to everybody, be safe out there as you, have your cookouts or go to the beach, whatever you're doing. Just be safe out there and have a good time.
Right. Do it safely, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go through this weekend with no news reports of such and such was shot and there was this happened at this spot and the fight broke out at the cookout and let's just have a fantastic Memorial Day holiday.
Yes.
Because it's a 3-day weekend.
This country needs it. This country needs it. I know in New York City, all weekend long, they're having Fleet Week, where the Navy comes in with all different ships. It's a beautiful thing that gets a lot of attention. Also, I mean, all across the country, they're having events. I know out on Long Island, they're having the air show out there. That's big too, right, where the Blue Angels come and they do their thing. That's a big show out there. I don't know what's popping in Baltimore for Memorial Weekend.
Oh, it's a lot going on. Look, that's why I chose to stream outside today. I said, I'm going to go sit outside right in my own backyard, and I'm going to show off what's happening in the neighborhood. I got cookouts to the right of me. I got cookouts to the left of me.
Yeah.
Everybody just having a good time. So I just wanted to be out here amongst the people today.
Yeah, it's a day to cook out and eat and celebrate. I got a lot of food. I got maybe too much. We'll see. But, yeah, I got a lot of food going on.
That means I'm going to be hitting the road once I get off this show. Then it only takes
me come on up.
To get there.
Family's always welcome.
And we off tomorrow, so I don't know. Don't be surprised. Don't be shocked if we show up.
Yeah, I'm off tomorrow too. It's going to be a great weekend. You know, it has been so far, and it's going to continue to be.
Absolutely.
And what's going to make it the greatest is, like I said, celebrating our magnificent military and the people who served. And lost their lives or made the ultimate sacrifice for us, or those who served and retired, or those who are serving now. We're going to start, though, of course, with our family members. And since Memorial Day, we're going to start with the ones who served our country and are no longer with us. But I would also want to say this. I encourage anybody watching the show out there who hasn't already submitted the name of their family member and a picture of them to go ahead and do it. They could do it now. And it's fine. We'll make sure we shout their family member and make sure they're recognized on this Memorial Day weekend too. They could also call us 732-944-9314, or I'm sorry, 732-440-9314, and we will try to get them. We'll get the information and make sure that their family member gets recognized.
Right.
But now we're gonna start with ours.
Who we kicking it off with, cuz?
I have to tell you, once I announced that we were doing this show, I got a lot of names. I got a lot of names and a lot of photographs from our family, the Taylors, of course. And so I want to thank our cousin Karen Burton, who is the guru of all things Taylor. Anytime I need information on the family, I always go to her. She was always ready, willing to help, and she helped me this time and to get the names and all the pictures straight and everything. So I hope I do her proud when we do that. But I also, for my wife's family, I have to mention them. They sent me quite a few pictures and names too, to make sure that I recognize, that side of the family too, and their family members that served, and also on my father's side, I have to mention. It's a lot. Yeah, I got a lot. People want to want their family members to be recognized, and I'm proud to do it, and of course yours too. And we're proud to do it because we I think as Black people need to recognize the contributions that we have also made to this country, the sacrifices.
Right.
We see all the movies and everything, and you see a lot of them with a lot of different races, but we don't see enough with ours. And when we made some major contributions, but we will talk about all that.
Right. So listen, I figured it's only right that I kick off the show by showing a picture that a lot of people have never seen. A lot of people don't even know. It's interesting. They don't even know that. Yes, that is me up on the screen. A lot of people have no idea that I served in the military, but I was in the Army. And shout out to DJ Boom. That was long before the DJ Boom days, though. Long before the DJ Boom
days. Yes. No, your contribution should be recognized.
Absolutely. And I was proud to be serving. So I just wanted to get that one out there because a lot of people
absolutely.
don't know.
And listen, and since you started with yourself, continue with your family, brother. Absolutely. Let the world know.
Well, I can. I got pictures. I don't have names. I mean, I know everybody's name, so I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
And the way the picture's going to show, you see the gentleman across the bottom of that screen, and the very first person is my grandfather, Peter Singletary, #1, the first. That's my grandfather. And then right after him is my uncle, brother. That's him right there. And then next to him is my Uncle Sam.
Right, I recognize Sam.
Right. And then, of course, next to that gentleman is that fine, distinguished gentleman in the middle. This is my dad.
Yes.
Peter Singletary.
Uncle Pete.
Jr.
Uncle Pete was so much fun. I just want to say that about my uncle for those out there who never met my uncle. My uncle was so much fun. Let me tell you, the life of the party.
And then we have my cousin LeGrant Chambers right here. And then at the very end, my cousin Ralph Johnson all served in the military, different branches, Army, Navy, Marines, everybody in that picture have served in every branch of the military. And I just want to honor them. I'm proud of them. And I'm proud to be part of that lineage.
We're proud of them.
People that they come from. So
we're proud of them. Absolutely. Thank all of them for their service, especially my Uncle Pete, who I miss, of course.
That funny guy. Maybe I can send a message to get Aunt Debbie on, and she could tell a story about him real quick on here. See if
that would be nice.
See if we can get on.
That'd be really nice. No, I would.
So go ahead, cuz. Who we got?
Well, like I said, I got a lot, but I'm gonna start with our family, the Taylors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start there. And like I said, people just bear with me because I got a lot. I do have a lot. This gentleman right here, this is Mr. George Richardson. He's no longer with us. He served in the Army. He's a tailor.
Okay.
And so we want to recognize him for his service. And of course, we want to thank him for his service. This gentleman here is also a tailor. This is Mr. Eddie Taylor. He's no longer with us. He served this country in the Army, and we want to thank him for his service. And as you notice, the people, as I start putting these pictures up, all his tailors are handsome.
Yeah.
We can't help that. We can't even help that.
It's in the genes.
It's in the genes. That's right.
It is in the
The
genes.
gentleman before you right now is Mr. Clarence Evans Jr. He's no longer with us either. And he served our country in the Army, in the U.S. Army. So we want to recognize him for his service. And then once again say, you know, thanks for your contribution. I got a lot of names, folks. Just bear with me, please. The young lady you see before you, this is Miss Michelle McDonald. She's also a tailor. She's living though. She's living right now. I want to say that. And she served this country in the United States Army.
Okay.
As I go through, I'm gonna shout out everybody. Okay. But as I go through, oh, what happened?
Wow, I took myself out of the screen. Hold on.
My bad, I'm back. Just bear with me as I get through the technical side of this whole thing.
I told you that's why I like live.
And like I said, we want to definitely recognize our family members who are no longer with us, you know, because it's Memorial Day. Let's say that first. But I'm also going to shout out the family members who also serve, just so people know. We recognize Memorial Day, but we're very proud of all our people who serve. Now I'm going to continue with some more tailors. The people I'm going to mention are now have served. They're living. But they have served in the military, but I'm just going to recognize them for their service, okay? Like Michelle. All right, this gentleman you see before you, this is Mr. George Richardson Jr. And he also served this country in the United States Army.
That's right.
This is another one of our family members who served in the U.S. Air Force, Mr. Deshaun Richardson. He's also living. But I just want to thank him and other family members for their service and serving, doing us proud. Thank you very much, sir, for your service. Now, before I continue, because I have my wife's family to do and my father's family to do, I want to again say, we as Americans are so proud of our military. We believe we have the strongest, mightiest military in the entire world. And we take our military servicemen and women very, very seriously. You know what I mean? And so I want to continue with my father's side of the family. All right? And that's why I was saying that we take our servicemen and women seriously. So I want to talk about my father's brothers. You know, for those of you out there who don't know, my father has two brothers that served in the military, and both of them did service during the Vietnam War. This handsome gentleman you see before you, this is my Uncle Kenneth's boy. Served during Vietnam. He's no longer with us. He came home. He retired from the U.S. military as a master sergeant. In fact, here's a picture of him during his retirement, having a better time. That's my Uncle Kenneth, and I want to thank him for his service. But also, this is my Uncle Junior. We could not get a picture of him in his uniform. All right, we could not get a picture of him in his uniform, but I had to put him up there because he served during Vietnam, and we're very proud of that. We're very proud of that. Well, in fact, I have another picture. It's not in his uniform, but just my uncle cooling out because that's kind of who he was. He did make it home from Vietnam. I want to make everybody know that. He did. He was one of the lucky ones. He made it home. Okay, so this is a picture of him cooling out, you know, enjoying his time. And I want to thank him for his service as well. The young lady, I believe, if you're looking at the screen, is going to be to the left in the blue. Her name is Debbie Shelley. She also served this country in the Army. And I believe this was my Uncle Kenneth's daughter. And I just wanted to recognize her service. She's still alive. I just wanted to recognize her service real fast for everybody. And again, I want to thank all the many servicemen and women out there who serve this country. It's because of you that we have our freedom.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Now, I have to move on to my wife's family. And I'm hoping I get all of this right, because if I don't get all of this right, she's going to kill me, first of all, because she worked on it with me. just so everybody knows, she worked on it with me. But it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay? All right, and I'm right downstairs, so I know if I get something wrong, she's gonna come flying down. So just know that. All right, first up, this handsome man here. This is Uncle James Scania. He's no longer with us, but he probably served his country, the U.S. Army. And babe, I'm hoping I'm getting this right. The gentleman you see before you, this is Uncle Henry Scanius. He's also deceased. And he probably served us in Army. So we want to recognize and also thank him for his service. Honey, I hope I'm getting this right. Because I don't want the smoke. The gentlemen you see before you now, so Uncle John Scanius. He's living, actually. But he did serve the country in the U.S. Army. So we want to recognize him for his service and thank him for his service. And I believe this is Eric Scanius. And he probably served the country in the Air Force. That's the real deal, the Air Force right there. So I want to thank him for his service as well. This is another cousin. Mr. Lance Scanius, looking handsome in his uniform, looking sharp. And he served this country as well in the U.S. Army.
Who?
Okay. The handsome young man I'm showing you now is Mr. Isaiah Scanius. And he served this country proudly in the Air Force. So I want to thank him for his service as well. I can see now a lot of my wife's family served. And I'm sure that's something that we're all very proud of. The gentleman you see before you now is Mr. Donnie Scanius, another cousin. And he served this country in the U.S. Army. So I want to thank him for his service. Thank you very much, sir. The guy I'm showing you now, the gentleman who's on the right in this picture, and in this picture is Uncle Randy Scanius. He's still alive, but yes, he did serve this country proudly in the U.S. Army, so we want to recognize him for his service. Thank you very much, sir. And still I have more, believe it. That was my wife's family. That was my wife's family, yeah, and I want to...
We know it's much more.
I want to thank all the Democratic service, all the families, all the boys, all the sons. I want to thank them all very much for their service. But I still ain't done.
I do have my aunt wanting to come on, and she'll be on a little bit later to...
I can't hear you.
To follow up on... I have my aunt that's going to come on to follow up on the, talking about...
Yes, absolutely.
The military, what she know from them and all that good stuff. She'll know
absolutely
way better than I would.
When's she coming on?
I'm going to send her the link shortly.
Yeah, no, please. And I would encourage anybody who wants to call in, reach out to us, comment, about anybody we mentioned in the broadcast. Please let us know. Talk about your family members. I know you're proud. I know I'm very proud of my family members, and I'm not even done. I got more. I'm going to talk about my closest family members who served. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to talk about my closest family members that served. All right. I'm going to start with some pictures of my sister, Angela.
I haven't seen them in a long time.
Yes. Yes. And you know, hey, listen, I'm going to have to mention these. My youngest sister, Angela, who a lot of you don't know, yes, served in the U.S. Army proudly.
I know that's right.
So I definitely have to recognize her.
So let me tell you a little known fact from anybody. Now you guys will know now. When I went to sign up to be in the military, I went to sign up to be in the Navy. My dad was a Navy man.
Right.
But when I got there, I didn't know this, but the Army recruiter, finagled some stuff and was like, you can join the Army, blah, 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 blah. And the only reason why I accepted joining the Army is because I knew Angie was in the Army.
Well, yeah.
She's the only reason
she did. She toughed it out. And I got to be honest, I was wondering if she's going to be able to do it. I knew my little sister was tough, but I was wondering.
Yep.
And yes, my little sis pulled it out. So thank you for her service.
Yep, that's the only reason why I said, okay, I'll do that, because she was in there. So, of course, I never seen her when she was in there, but.
Yeah. Yeah, my sister, I think they moved. Well, that's what most service people, they tend to move around a bit.
Right, yeah, I was at Fort Knox for everything.
I think she was somewhere in Mississippi, if I remember correctly. If I'm wrong, she'll probably call in or send me a message or something to get it right. But also, let me see. My nephew Julian. Yes, my nephew. United States Air Force.
I know that's right.
Yes. Yes, United States Air Force. So I want to thank him too for it. So I hope his mom is watching. You know, everybody. I hope everybody who said he was going to watch, I hope they're watching because I definitely did what I said. I'm shouting you all out. But he not
Absolutely.
only was in the Air Force, he just graduated 2 weeks ago. So his mom wanted you to make sure that he got the honorary mention.
Go ahead, Urshi.
Yeah. I'm looking for another one of my nephews, and I'm wondering if I took care of business with this. Let me step out for 1 second, Boom, and I'm going to come back only because I want to make sure
Okay.
that I get this right.
No
yeah.
problems, right?
Angie just hit me up. She said she was in Fort Polk, Louisiana. So I told you she was going to hit me up and make sure.
Yeah, I was
and she hit me up right now. Let me. She talking about she can't believe I didn't think that she could do it. I should have kept that to myself. But listen, you did it. That's the most important thing.
So that's all that matters at this point, right? You did it.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't know she was my inspiration to even go to the Army until now.
And there you go.
Yeah, she had no idea. But yeah, Angie, you was my inspiration to accept going to the Army because I went because I was trying to do everything to be like my dad, and he was a Navy guy. So here we are. You know what I mean? I appreciate being able to go to the Army and things that I've learned actually helped shape me into who I am right now, going to the military because I was a very undisciplined kid.
Angie said thank you.
Absolutely. No, thank you. No, thank you.
And again, anybody else out there who wants to give their comments or even call in, like I said, to give them some more info on the family members we talked about, please, I encourage you to do so. The number is 732-440-9314, and we will definitely get you in. Or you can reach out to us right on the page and leave a comment. We'll put your comments up.
All right, so Auntie is in the waiting room now.
Awesome.
So I'm going to bring her on up.
Hey, Aunt Debbie, how you doing?
I'm happy and excited. How are you guys?
We're doing great.
I see that.
So listen, I'm going to put the picture back up that I put up earlier. Although I said everybody's names, you'll be able to reiterate a little bit more than I can of who they are and what branches they were in. And there's the picture.
Ooh. Wow.
Wow, right?
Yeah. You know, one of the things that interests me is in addition to features that get passed on through the generations and often characteristics are also experiences. Our resilience gets passed on. Our emotional trauma gets passed on. And our healing our healing powers also get passed on. Absolutely. And so I'm really interested that we have so many men in the family who have been in the service.
Yes.
And who have, contributed, and also who may have been wounded by the experience and are now in.
Oh, I can tell you some stories about one of my uncles.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. To the is it the far left? That would be Daddy.
Yes.
Or is it far right?
I think you got it right.
Looking at it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first one is my father, Sekou's grandfather, Peter James Singletary. He was in the service, and he was. Oops! Somebody's ringing my bell. Can I have a?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Auntie. This is what I love about live. I'm telling y'all.
That's the live stuff for you. That's the live stuff for you.
There's nothing scripted. We can't fake this stuff. It is what it is. I love it.
I'm going to be in a movie, and some of the director is coming to pick up stuff from my studio.
Okay,
Oh, that's really
congratulations.
cool.
Oh,
Congratulations.
she didn't get in first time.
I know that's right. Look at her doing big things.
Come on in. I mean,
Well, y'all stay working, boy.
so
Yes,
my
yes, she
father
does.
was
Yeah,
actually not
but that's a good
supposed
thing.
to. My father actually wasn't supposed to be in the service. He told um, his boss, he was a farmer.
Hmm.
He told his boss that he wanted to leave farming and move to the city. And the boss said, "What? You know, you're my one of my best workers.
Mm.
No, you can't leave." And Daddy said, "Well, I'm leaving." He was indeed a singletary. So he said, "Well,
Absolutely.
I'm leaving."
Yeah.
And then his boss also had his records falsified so that he actually went in the service a year younger than was legal.
Oh wow,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What
And this
branch?
would have been World War II. He would have been in the Navy. I mean, I'm sorry, the Army. And the
Wow.
only reason that he, um, didn't actually do active service is because he has a hearing impediment. So he
Oh,
shouldn't have been in the Army because he had practically complete loss of hearing in his left ear. I mean, come on, y'all,
Wow,
wow.
right?
Yeah,
wow.
So, but
that's big.
in the long run, he made it work because he reported that the fact that he couldn't hear was service related, so he got extra money in the end. So
Oh, that's
Boom, I
funny.
got to step out for 1 second.
he
Okay.
made it work. So I should keep going.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So the next one is my cousin Grant, and he is on my maternal my mother's side,
Right.
and my grandfather and
That's
my grandfather,
that's Uncle
and
Brother,
he
right?
he served in Vietnam. He is one who is thriving in his life, but he has a story that I don't have permission and clearance to talk about,
Absolutely.
but he is thriving now. But he had to overcome post traumatic stress in order to have the joy in life that he has now. And then you have my eldest brother, Samuel, also Army. So the first three are Army. We have Samuel, Army, suffered excruciating pain via post traumatic stress. What really saddens me is that when he came out of the Army and married and had children, we didn't understand he had PTSD.
Right.
So I think sometimes his family just thought he was mean
Right.
or controlling or whatever the things are when he was wounded mentally and
Right.
emotionally. And one of the things that I've learned about trauma is that not only do characteristics get passed on through the DNA, but so does trauma. And
Right.
we often think, well, that was him. I'm clear for that. So if you're the child of someone who has PTSD,
Mm-hmm.
you may have it. But when it emerges, you may not understand where that's coming from. Hi, sisters. I'll be right with you. You may
Mm.
not understand. Um, don't throw me out the movie. You may not understand really where it's coming from. And that's why it's so important to get information
Mm.
from your family, not only physical things that might show up, heart problems or diabetes, but you also want to know their the areas of their life where they might have been wounded.
Right.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't know if you was listening earlier, but I mentioned that I have my uncle served in Vietnam,
Hmm.
especially my uncle Junior, and so
Hmm.
yes, a lot of baggage came home.
A lot of baggage came home. And if you don't, even if you don't know that parent or grandparent or great great grandparent, you may find it creeping up in your behaviors. And so I think it's always helpful to know their stories as much as you can.
Mm,
One of I think my family's collective story has to do with my father having been a sharecropper, and that just shows up in our thinking that hard work is going to get you where passionate work will really get you. But
Right.
next
right.
up is my brother Peter. So he had to be different, right? Aquarius. Aquarius. He couldn't be in the army because I think everybody else is in the army.
It looks like it.
But here we have Navy, which which expresses his his technical abilities. So
Mm,
whereas my brother Sam was intellectual, Peter was intellectual certainly, and also very technical. And so he worked in the Navy also during the Vietnam War, but I don't think he saw active duty. And then is who is that?
That's Grant.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I got it wrong. So the
The
first
first one,
one, the second one was my uncle
brother.
brother,
Mm-hmm.
right? So he served in the war, trauma, that I think caused some friction in the raising of in the raising of his son, caused some
mm.
splits in the family. And I also find in my family that there's a tendency sometimes for people to cut off from each other. So there we have Grant, and that's the story of the thriving. Him I know. And recently I had a chance to go up to him and I took a risk and said, hey, look, I know you've had experiences that I couldn't begin to understand, but I just want you to know that I know that you go through stuff and have been through stuff.
That's
And
right.
then last but certainly not least is my nephew, Ralph Johnson, who certainly is thriving and who has that worker, get it done mentality, and who's not pictured here would be my mother's father. So that would make, I can't do the math, y'all do the math, three or four generation of men who served in the army. And they had,
And we thank them for their contribution. Absolutely, we do. Thank you. Thank you for your service, Governor.
thank you.
Auntie, I so appreciate you coming on and further explaining each individual situation. It actually would be four. Yeah, you're right. It's four. It'd be four generations because I'm
For
along with Ralph
generations.
as far as serving. So me, myself, and Ralph would be the same generation of serving.
Right, that's right. Yes.
So yep. Let's see if we can get anybody else to join.
Well, I got a couple more people I got to shout out. I'm still not done. I'm telling you, when I said I was doing this show, a lot of people sent me names and pictures, and I'm grateful for it. I want to make sure I get everybody.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Once
absolutely.
again, Auntie,
So thank
thank
you
you.
for having me on. And I have a great deal of pride in my family, even with all of the difficulties that creep up. So I
Yes.
love having an opportunity to say, yo, bro, go.
But thanks for coming on.
Thank
Thanks for,
you.
Love you, Auntie.
My joy. I love you.
bye, Debbie.
Bye bye.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Absolutely.
That was really, really cool, and I'm really happy she came on. And no, for real, I'm real happy she came on to talk about the family. She brought up a lot of good points.
But especially the PTSD thing. I think a lot of people don't know the effects of that. And they don't take the time. All we do is look at people on the outside.
Mm,
So if somebody came up to you and just started yelling at you for no reason, you're going to look at the fact that they're yelling at you for no reason and not try to analyze why are they yelling at you, which seems to be for no reason. You know, of what they might be going through. I just saw a gentleman walk up the street and cross the street and walk back down the street. Now, to me, from my own eyes and observation, he looked like something ain't right. But something could not be right. But I don't know why. You know what I mean? I'm just going to assume, who's that weird man running up and down, you know, walking up and down the street?
No, I understand.
Really could be wrong.
We had
we don't
up here behind one of the local grocery stores. There was a wooded area, and this dude used to stay back there, and he, you know, he'd be out begging for money, and he was a vet.
Right.
He was a vet, and then every time I see him, I try to give him a few dollars, whatever. But that's beside all that. I'm hoping that he because I haven't seen him in a while. I'm hoping that he finally got the help that he needed, because we as a country, we got to take care of our servicemen and women, man. They're the reason why we have our freedom now, that we're able to do the things that we are now, that we have the voices that we have now. And so and over the years, we haven't always done a good job of taking care of our servicemen and women in this country. I hope things are getting better, especially with the VA.
So
you know, and because they deserve everything we can do for them.
Absolutely.
And so the saga continues. Like I said, I have more. And my sister would kill me if I only mentioned one of her sons without mentioning the other one. So, to me to get the picture up, but I have to mention my nephew Jahad Postel, who also served in the U.S. Army. Absolutely. And I'm very proud of his service. So I recognize him because I didn't want any smoke from my sis. He definitely gave it to me. But I am getting to the end of my list. So to round up my list, the most important to me is my own baby girl, my youngest daughter. Yes, people, my own baby girl, Tre'Asia Crenshaw, who's proudly serving us in the U.S. Navy. She's serving us right this moment. I wish she could be home this weekend, but she couldn't be home this weekend. She wanted to make sure she sent me plenty of pictures. Let's say that. She couldn't be home this weekend because she's in Virginia. Mm-hmm. She's big. She's actually getting ready to ship out overseas. I hate when they go out overseas because you can't communicate with them like you want. And, you know, it's real hush-hush what they're doing out there. But whatever they're doing it for our safety, to protect us over here. And so I'm so very extremely proud. And can I get a round of applause for my baby girl, Miss Tre'Asia Crenshaw. And I hope she's watching. So very proud of you, baby. Very, 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 very proud of you. Generational, just like y'all said.
Yeah, that generational stuff. So we learn to be a little bit more patient, learn to be a little bit more kind, learn to be a little bit more empathetic to people and what they may or may not have gone through to be who they are today. So, you know, there's a lot.
And to the viewers out there who listening, as you're going through your weekend and you're enjoying all the food, which I am about to enjoy all the food as soon as I get off of here. And y'all enjoying everything and all the fireworks and everything that's going to be going on in your hometowns. When you see a serviceman out there, stop them. Thank them for their service.
Right.
Thank them for their service. They love to hear that. Right. You know, you might make their day. Stop and take a second. Thank them for their service. So we appreciate them.
If I don't drive up there, I may just drive around just to tell people that, because you know you see.
There you go, man.
You see the folks all
it's
the
that
time,
weekend. It's that weekend. That's right. When we get to honor the memory of those who gave the ultimate sacrifice so that we can have this wonderful country that we have. We're not perfect in this country by any stretch of imagination.
No.
But today, we're not talking about all that. Today, we're one nation, and we get to honor our servicemen and women, and that's what it's about.
One nation under a groove. One nation under a groove. I know
that's right. And so, that's a great segue. Because we're going to have to start getting into the Sunday afternoon jam and start lighting up some of these cookouts.
Right.
And let's start getting the people moving and celebrating. And hey, like Cooler Gang say, celebrate good times, baby. Come on.
Right? Oh, that's look, you got a whole bunch of songs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because it's a party happening, everybody, at least in this country, if not all around the world, at least in this country. It's going to be a party all weekend. We just don't do the one-day thing. Not for Memorial Day, we don't. We do the whole weekend, baby.
Oh, is this thing going to act up again? That's very sick. Come on now.
Yeah. And that is the signal that it is time to start the Sunday afternoon jam with DJ Boom. And yours truly, the one and only MC Shaheen. Anybody out there who has any requests, y'all live at y'all cookout, y'all got the beats rocking, y'all want to hear a certain song, reach out to us. And if you get a chance, send us some plates. Because we like to eat too.
It ain't always got to be about money.
Ready or not, here we come, getting down on.
My wife is reminding me to mention my ex-brother-in-law who also served. Benjamin Mann, he served in the United States Army. So she wanted me to mention them. They coming at me. They coming at me from left and right, y'all. You know, and keep them coming, because listen, we want to shout out your family members. We want to make y'all proud. We want y'all to show how proud you are of your family members. And like I said, if you get a chance, you want to call in, number 732-440-9314. And you can talk all about your family. We want to hear from you. Or you can also reach us on this YouTube channel. Get at us. Send us your comments. We'd be happy to put them up. One day.
Here's my chance to dance my way out of my constriction.
It's old school, but I love it. Ain't nothing like an old school party.
This is your celebration.
Let's celebrate our precious military people.
Did you see the video?
All our wonderful servicemen and women. What'd you say, Boom? I couldn't hear.
Did you see the video I sent you?
A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too.
Did you see the video I sent you?
I'm looking at it now.
Party with you. Come on.
No, hold up, my bad.
Let's
No, I
all
sent it to you in your,
celebrate and
your
have a
inbox.
good time.
On Facebook.
Oh, okay.
We gon' celebrate and
And have a good time.
It's time to come together.
Ooh.
It's up to you. What's your pleasure?
As I'm searching for the video, my wife told me to make sure that I put up the picture of Ben in his uniform. There's people getting at me, yo. There's people getting at me, y'all. I'm trying to make everybody proud, all right?
It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. We're gonna have a good time tonight.
Let's celebrate. It's all right.
We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate.
It's all right.
Baby, we're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's all right. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's all right.
I don't see it, bro. You sent it through my Facebook?
Yeah, on Messenger.
Oh, okay, I got it. Also, I want to make sure I shout out our little cousin, Benjamin Barry, who's also serving in the United States Army. I know his mom proud of him, and we are, and I want to make sure I mention his name, because I don't want no smoke that way neither.
Absolutely.
And listen, everybody out there, if there's more people y'all want to add to the list, come on, bring it. That's what we're here for.
I definitely got to shout out my mom's father. Served in the Vietnam War. Actually, he served in World War II, I believe.
Whoa!
My father.
Thank you for your service, son. Nah, boom, I don't have a video. Not in my messenger, right? And just so everybody know, Boom's in B-More, Baltimore, and I'm doing my thing up here in Asbury Park, New Jersey.
It's the name
From the shore to B-More, people. Every Sunday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Get at us. One day, it will be cool. Boy, I used to be a big fan of Elf, the slick back. It's time to get in.
Step out into the street where all the action is right there at your feet. Well, I know a place where we can dance the whole night away underneath the electric stars. Just come with me and we can share.
Boom, and I really hope everybody out there is enjoying their weekend. Eating plenty food, listening to plenty good music. Having your sip on, not too much though. Everybody get safe. Everybody be safe getting home tonight. The police will be out there. Just so you know. Be safe out there, everybody. Have fun, be safe. That's that feel-good music right there, Boom.
The music's playing, a celebration starting under the street lights. The scene is being set, a night for romance, a night you won't forget. So come join the fun. This ain't no time to be staying home. Ooh, there's too much going on. Tonight is gonna be a night like you've never known. We're gonna have a good time the whole night long. To the beat of the rhythm of the night, dance until the morning light. Forget about the
worries on your mind.
You can leave them all
You know what the man said? Forget about all the worries on your mind. Leave it all behind. Once again, Boom and I want to thank all of the people who have served this country, who are continuing to serve this country. We're so very extremely proud of you guys. We will never forget. Your memories will live on. Thanks for doing the families proud. Boom, you is rocking it right now. I just want you to know that, cuz. Yeah, keep the party going.
You're getting to be my one desire. You're getting to be all that matters to me. And let me tell you, girl, I hope and pray each day I live. A little more love I'll have to give. A little more love that's devoted and true.
Cause guess why?
Cause I do is think about you.
Oh, hey, it's think about you.
Think about you, baby.
Look at that handsome young man right there.
DJ Boom Boom.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, let me tell you, girl, I think of how exciting it would be if you should discover you feel like me. If you should discover this dream is for you. Well, I'm gonna tell you, girl, I light a candle every day and pray that you'll always feel this way, and pray that our love will forever renew. 'Cause all I do is think about you. Oh, baby. I'm thinking about you. Yeah, baby.
Once again, Boom and I would love to send all our love and appreciation to all the servicemen and women out there who served this country bravely in the past and are continuing to do it now. We want to recognize your contribution and say thank you. Thank you for giving us our freedom. If you tuned in, thank you very much. We hope you did very, very proud. So that was our intention, to make our families proud. So we hope we did that.
Jerusalem, ikayalami,
Good vibes.
ilondoloze.
Good vibes. Before we take off, Boom, why don't you shout out your information and what you got going on this week?
Jerusalem,
Always follow me
ikayalami,
DJ Boom on
ilondoloze.
for my family
Uhambe nami,
on Facebook.
zungangishilana, dawo yami, ayikholana,
Loafers, seafood
so wami,
on Wednesdays from 7 to 11.
awukholana.
I have the olive branch
Ilondoloze, zuhambe nami,
very, very good.
dawo yami,
I see. You always stay busy.
so wami.
And for everybody out there, we love the likes, we love all the appreciation, but please subscribe. Subscriptions are free and they help us immensely. So, until next time, I'm MC Shaheem. You can reach me here at the page, Promise Sure to Be More, or you can check me out, check out my products at hazytrades.com, HAZYTRAZY.com. For cannabis users, you might want to check out what we have there, and you can also reach me on my Instagram, LaFarin Shaheem. There you go.
And for that, y'all, until next Sunday, the official DJ Boom, MC Shaheem.
Yes.
Dawo yami, ayikholana,
Thanks for
so
tuning in.
wami, awukholana. Ilondoloze.